Bob and I are going to teach you how to heal the thing that is blocking your manifestations. To recap, Bob wants to be a content creator, but he has a fear of being seen. And we figured out in our last video, that's because he's carrying a lot of shame in his energy field. And so that's the emotion we need to heal. So the first thing Bob needs to do is identify all of the shame. Remember, each of these dots represents a different experience. So he's going to set a timer for 60 minutes and he's going to journal and answer these questions. He's going to go back through all the times he's ever felt shame from the earliest memory he possibly can all the way up till his current moment. The second one is, what is he ashamed of in his past? And the third one is, what does he not want people to know about him? This is how he's going to begin to unlock all of these experiences of shame. Number 2, Bob needs to feel it to process it, because feeling it is the key to clearing and neutralizing each of these little dots. So there's a lot of ways he can do this, but as he begins to recall and identify all of the experiences, he can sit there and allow the feelings to arise. He can do this by talking to someone and sharing his experiences. He can do this by writing about it and journaling. He can cry. He can do somatic exercises like breath work, or he could even scream and punch a pillow, whatever he needs to do to let the emotions out. Number 3, Bob needs to clear the stories these experiences created. So one of these dots represents a time in middle school when Bob was giving a presentation and everyone in the class made fun of him. And so from that experience, Bob's story was that nobody ever wants to hear what he has to say. Remember, he has a fear of being seen and he wants to be a content creator. So what we have to do is identify what story did he make true based on those experiences. We need to write a new story and create an affirmation. So for Bob, his new story might be something like, what happened in middle school isn't going to repeat itself. People do want to hear what I have to say. My knowledge and my wisdom is important, and he might create affirmations for that. Number 4 is forgiveness, both for himself and for others that were involved. So say one of these dots represents that Bob stole something. He needs to forgive himself for that. But if the dots are representing other experiences like the middle school bullies, he needs to forgive the others that were involved. Now, forgiveness comes naturally when we have truly felt all of the emotion. So if you're struggling with forgiveness, you need to spend more time on the feel it and process it part. If forgiveness is coming easy to you, then you've really healed those emotions and you're ready to move on. Bob is ready to forgive those middle school bullies, so he's going to write a letter to them. He's going to tell them what that experience meant to him, how it hurt his feelings, how it affected him for so long, but that he is ready to let it go. And through this letter, he is actually going to transmute the energy. And when he's done writing the letter, he can burn it, he can rip it up, or he can just simply throw it away. Bob's healed the heaviness of his shame, and now we want to raise his vibration. So we're going to anchor and reinforce through affirmations and thought reframes. So Bob's going to use affirmations daily to reinforce his new belief system that everybody wants to hear what Bob has to say, that people love to hear Bob speak, that what he's here to share is important. And he's going to reframe his thoughts in real time. So the next time he goes to share something and maybe he doesn't get the likes or the follows that he wants, he's not going to allow himself to go down the rabbit hole that says, see, nobody ever wants to hear what I have to say. He's going to say, I'm practicing, I'm learning how to communicate, and it takes time.